my pleasure to introduce our speaker this evening, Jacob Siegel. Jacob just finished his senior year, so he just graduated from high school. He's heading off to Berkeley in just a few short weeks, maybe even a couple of weeks. I don't know, at least a couple of weeks, sometime between 3 to 6 weeks from now. August 16th, you said you start? Yeah. And it is also our outgoing baddie president. Our incoming baddie president is here as well. Hi, Shane. So if you are a teen yourself or you have teens, you should talk to either Jacob or Shane at some point as well. They're lovely, friendly people. And Jacob, it's wonderful to have you with us this evening.
Beth Am, House of the People. What's in a name? For most of us, myself included, we go to shul all the time not thinking of the name. For me, going to Beth Am has long been going to temple. I don't think much about the name Beth Am or its meaning. However, in reflecting on my Jewish life through my almost 18 years of life, the words house and people seem to encapsulate it perfectly. Beth Am has always felt like home. I know the place like the back of my hand. It was almost unfair when we did scavenger hunts in youth education because I knew the place so well. From a young age, Beth Am was the place where my grandmother was president, my mother worked, and my grandfather and father were board members. It has always felt like a second home. The clergy and staff have always made me feel welcome, and the baddie room with its omnipresent snacks has felt as comfortable as my own living room. Along with Beth Am feeling like a second home, the Jewish community has also provided me with many homes around the world. For many years, URJ Summer Camp 6 Point Sports West in Newman were my homes for the summer, connecting me with many of my closest friends to this day and allowing me to advance my Jewish self as an adolescent. I was invited into the home of an Israeli I had just met on my Nifty in Israel trip, allowing me a peek into life in Israel for a fellow teen. The land of Israel is a homeland for me and so many others, and it truly is a special place. Were someone to ask me what one word best encapsulates my Judaism, community would be my easy answer. For starters, Judaism has brought me closer to my family. For every holiday and simcha, our family gathers, and B'nai Mitzvah have kept me close to my extended family and taken me from corner to corner of the country, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Anchorage, Alaska. I really meant corner to corner. Being Jewish has also given me an avenue to learn about different communities around the world. Going to Shabbat services in London was a fascinating way to learn about the Jewish traditions in England. One such tradition was the kids shaking the hands of each board member after going up to the bima for the motzi. To say my brother and I were blindsided by that is an understatement. Seeing the Jewish community in Cuba earlier this summer and hearing about the changes their community has gone through was simultaneously heartbreaking and heartwarming. From being a strong and vibrant community after people immigrated to Cuba to avoid persecution in Europe, the community has almost entirely left the country, many in the early 1960s, and the Jewish community is, to some extent, on life support. However, having Shabbat dinner in the house of a Jewish-Cuban couple was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Being able to share traditions, both similar and different, and learn directly about life for people with a shared heritage to us, but living in a drastically different country, was fascinating and enlightening. Going on a trip to Israel with teens from all over the country was another example of how Judaism has connected me with people. I now have places to stay all over the country and have learned how life is similar and different throughout our country. Other experiences, such as L'Taken with my confirmation class, have offered similar opportunities to meet and connect with other Jews. Through all of these amazing experiences, the idea I keep coming back to is this: the power of people. The people at Beth Am have allowed me to learn so many important skills, specifically leading and following. Throughout life, everyone has to both lead and follow at different times. As a baddie board member, many times I needed to cede power and follow the lead of presidents and advisors. However, when it was my turn to be president, I was able to hone my leadership skills as I took on a greater role planning and running meetings and events. However, there are no leaders without people following, and no followers without people leading. Both groups are vital for any group task. Having experience with many types of people, both as leaders and followers, is necessary to build chemistry with them. Being Jewish has allowed me so many opportunities to work with different types of people, something infinitely valuable. Being Jewish has also taught me the value in diversity and meeting different kinds of people. If I had to pick one Jewish value that has the largest impact on my life, it would undoubtedly be B'Tselem Elohim. Everyone is made in the image of God. This value has led to me giving increased benefit of the doubt to people and seeing everyone for the good inside them. When meeting new people, I'm more inclined to give them a chance, and oftentimes do eventually find the spark inside of them. When I was in elementary school, my parents, especially my mom, would make me invite a teacher over every year with their family for dinner. For a while, I thought of that as awkward and unnecessary. However, as I have grown up, I have seen the value in it. Every day, teachers who are so underappreciated welcome students into their classrooms, their homes. The least we could do for them was welcome them into our home and show our appreciation for the important people in our lives. Meeting different people has welcomed different perspectives into my life, allowing me to become a wiser and better person. Being Jewish has taught me a lot of things. From community service to leadership to prayer, I've done a wide range of things with my Judaism. All these experiences have set me up confidently to pursue the next stage of my life, college, not just as a person, but as a Jew, involving Jewish community and tradition, such as keeping the Sabbath, in my life. However, what is most important is that it has always provided me with a community, people, a home, Beth Am. Shabbat Shalom.